Hello and welcome to Reviews. So here we have the 100-page comic giant, Superman number 7. Now, if you're wondering why I have this, um, last night I was reading on my news feed that people were losing their minds about this. The NPCs on Twitter were getting all upset, calling this a snuff comic. And the reason why I'm calling them NPCs is because that they were saying things like parental warning, don't buy this for your kids. I haven't read it myself, but I've heard that it has blah blah blah. Yeah, they're virtue signaling. And in case you didn't know, Walmart is doing this thing with DC. I'd already forgotten when this was announced last year, and they've been doing it for a little bit here. Um, they're doing exclusive comics for just Walmart, and they're these like 100-page giants. And for $5, you get a nice thick 100-page book. They used to do stuff like this when I was younger, and yeah, it's mostly reprints. It's 3 reprints and 1 new story, being the Superman story. And well, I don't want to see comic shops lose business. I do want to see comics get out there more, so people don't have to go to a LCS, one of their local comic shops. A lot of people are intimidated by that, and some people, myself included, don't like buying digital comics. For the price, what you get, I mean, unless you're a real fan, you know, kids can go and, for the price of a couple comics, buy a new video game. So yeah, for $5, this is a great idea, and I would love to see the spindle racks come back. If Diamond could somehow release their grip, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. I was going to go last night to get this because I do have a 24-hour Walmart near me, but it was like -6 degrees, real temperature, not wind chill. I walked outside, looked at the lunar eclipse, and said, "Yeah, nope, good night, moon. I'm done," and went back inside and figured I'd wait till the morning. So I went to the morning. This morning, I went to Walmart, and they were sold out. So I had to go to a second Walmart, and they did have a couple. Now, if you're looking for this, I'm going to tell you, um, I had a lot of trouble finding it. And I don't mean just the issue. I had to go to 2 Walmarts. I had to actually find where it was in the store. Because you'd think it'd be by the magazines and that, but it's not. The 2 Walmarts I went to, they have a little one of the aisles next to the checkouts. Instead of having the candy and other impulse items, they have like the Pokemon, the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, however you say it. Um, they have a Magic the Gathering, all those cards. And in there, they had one little box, pretty much the width of 2 comics side by side, and that was all they had. In fact, the first Walmart I went to that didn't even have this issue, they had the Batman one. It was actually covered by a box. I had to move stuff to find it. Um, so yeah, just a heads up, if you're going out there, don't go to the magazines. Go to the front registers and look for the Magic the Gathering cards. It will be over there. And they don't really have a lot. They're not getting a lot of issues. Um, I saw the second one, which had more. They had like 5 Justice Leagues, 5 Batman. They had 3 of these left. So yeah, that's if you want to get it, good luck. Um, but anyway, about the book, for action-packed adventure. So the Superman one's not really action-packed. Um, so the other stories, let me see if I can do this, because with this thick uh, square bound here, it's kind of hard to get to. The first one is Superboy and Robin going up against the new Toyman, Hero. Um, this was, I think, from, was it World's Finest? Was it Superman Batman? It's an old one. Oh, yeah, maybe from Superman Batman. I guess it says maybe right there. Um, I read this before. Um, this Green Lantern issue, Green Lantern story, is from Jeff Johns' run pre New 52, shortly after Rebirth. It's basically their take on for the man who has everything, when Green Arrow and Green Lantern go up against Mogul, and yeah, that's a rough scene right there, isn't it? All the arrows shooting through. And the other one is a story about the Terrifics. Again, also a reprint, but I didn't read. Hey, look, it's Plastic Man. Uh, I never read the original, so I can't say how good it is. I did like the Green Lantern storyline. The original Jeff Johns run is pretty good. And I'm trying to go through this really quickly. So, what is the hubbub? What is the controversy about? Well, as I said, they're calling this a Lois Lane snuff film. So, to give the story here, this appears to be a one and done. It's written by Tom King, drawn by Andy Kubert. I like the Kuberts, both Andy and Adam. Um, and he's in space trying to call home. He's worried about Lois. Like anytime if you're traveling, you're trying to call home and the person's not picking up, you start thinking about all the things that could be going wrong. Did the house catch fire? Did she get in a car accident? Well, when you're Superman and you're married to Lois Lane, things are usually a little bit more than that. So, why are people upset? Well, you turn the first page, the very first page, and you get Lex Luthor holding Lois Lane at gunpoint. She's tied up. He's telling her to beg, and she refuses. And of course, he blows her head off. You see? You should have begged. I asked, why didn't you beg? And yeah, you get this. This is the first page. Yeah. Little dark, I have to admit. And then we go to Superman, who's waiting to get his call connected to Earth. Imagine, you're probably too young, but long time ago, operators used to have to manually connect calls. They take the wires and, you call the operators, say, connect me to so-and-so in blah, blah, blah city, at this number. And they'd actually physically connect the wire. Well, I guess interspace phone calls are like that as well. So basically, we have this page is, Superman's adventures waiting in line. And the opposing page, the opposite page, is the things he's imagining that could go wrong. Here we have a plane getting hit by lightning. Jimmy's trying to signal Lois, but the plane goes down anyway and crashes. Superman's at the counter, dealing with, bureaucrats and, basically, have you ever gotten your driver's license renewed? Yeah, it's a lot like doing that. He said the call up in place, and I'm just waiting for a pickup on Earth. Name. He said it'd be about 5 minutes. She knows the time. She'd pick up. Name. That was 4 hours ago. Name. Superman, with an E. It spells it out. And of course, he's envisioning the Joker going after Lois, and, Clark, please make him Clark. And so Superman's back in line, sitting with a Dominator of all people. How'd that go? 1 more hour. I swear, I don't care. I'm going to go out that door, take this whole damn planet, and throw it in the blackest hole. And the Dominator's like, yeah. You see everyone waiting. Back home, he's picturing Lois getting a box that she assumes is from him, and it's actually a Jack-in-the-Box from Toyman, and boom goes the weasel, and the house explodes. I keep seeing, she should answer. She should have answered. Oh, don't worry, and the Dominator's trying to comfort him. Sindo's got to travel millions of light years. Hard to get the timing right on deep space calls. Maybe your line got lost in a quasar death, or, He starts telling a story. I was posted to this invasion fleet once, back in the Milky Way. Went to the center just like this to message my wife. Yeah, he's talking about the old Invasion series, where the meta bomb, the gene bomb, blew up, and the metagene bomb, and gave everyone powers. I was worried out of my mind about her. I mean, not just the teeth, but also the teeth. And we get a montage here. Lois being run over by a truck. Looks like, is that Vandal Savage? A laser cutting off her head. Sharks. A giant robot being set on fire. Being eaten by monsters. Thrown off a cliff into space. Wait, she's in space now? Yeah, Lois gets up to a whole bunch of stuff. So, Superman finally gets called up. You called my name. Name? Superman. I don't have that name here. You called my name. I know, but you said, I don't know if she picked up. She should pick up. Well, I don't think she did pick up, or I would call your name. You called my name. Well, I do have a Superman here, with an E. Could that be you? Yes, that could be me. Ah, in that case, we made your connection on the deep space line. Great, that's why I called your name. Fantastic. Please proceed to booth, blah, blah, blah. Sure, and let us know if there's anything else you need. Superman, thank you. So, Tom King must have had a bad time renewing his driver's license. I think that's where the story came from. And then, of course, he's still picturing, Lois falling off of the thing of a helicopter, the landing, and falling to her death. So he finally gets through to her, and I'm so sorry, I got caught up in a stupid deadline thing. Perry's going crazy over this evil sentient volcano, whatever it is, uptown. No, no, please don't be sorry. It's fine. I was just here. It's nice to hear your voice. I hope you weren't worried about me. What? No, why would I worry about you, Lois? I know, you can take care of yourself, right? He's just kind of playing with the thing there, the bubbles. Well, I worry about you, Smallville. Hurry up and find this girl, okay? It can be hard, Worrying can get a little hard, okay? Yeah, I'm working on it. I can't. I'm finding her, I mean. I'm coming home as soon as I can. I guess I miss you, Smallville. That's all. You know, I miss you too much. And we have him just, the camera pulling out. Lois, what? Wait, I got Perry screaming again. Something, crap, robbery downtown. Robots, 7 dead already. I gotta run. Call me when you can, honey. Bye, sorry. And Superman just, I miss you too. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty much a one and done, because in the next issue, the Man of Steel gets pulled into a time warp, sending him back to a time when World War II, when he meets one of America's greatest soldiers, Sergeant Rock. So I don't know if that's an ongoing thing with this finding this missing girl, or if that's just a MacGuffin as to why he's in space, deep space, and can't phone home. And yeah, it's not really action packed. That what you just saw is what has people in a tizzy. That's what's pissing off the NPCs right now. That's why they're all virtue signaling, telling telling other parents, keep your kids away from this. I can see their point. I'll be honest. They should not have opened with this. It's a good, strong opening. I'll grant them that. But if you're putting this in, and the whole point was to try and draw more kids, the hardcore collectors are not going to Walmart to buy collections, to buy reprints. Let's be honest. This is not really the story they should have been doing. I suppose it's not bad. We get to see this side of Superman, where he can't, he can't do anything. He's stuck. And he just has to sit there and worry and wait, get frustrated. I can see, they probably would have complained, with all these other images, but maybe that one center on fire. Starting off with this right here, really hard. Maybe if they cut it so it just looked like this, so you don't have the, staring into space, blood running down the forehead. Yeah, that is a little harsh. I can kind of see, So yeah, if they're trying to go more kid friendly, they should not have done that. But yeah, one other thing, between this and Heroes in Crisis, I'm tired of being Tom King's therapist. I feel like every time I read his books, and I understand from pain comes great writing, but man, it feels like every time I read his books, what happens is he's going, and then I was stuck in line at the DMV, and I was renewing my license, and they didn't call my number, and I'm just like, uh-huh. And how did that make you feel, Tom? How did that make you feel inside? It feels like I'm doing that with all his books now. I'm kind of tired of being his therapist. So yeah, this is what you just saw is what people are freaking out about. And I can kind of see their point. Had they not done this page, this is the page that I can see why they're really freaking out. But as far as this being a snuff issue, a Lois Lane snuff film, women in refrigerators, remember, Lois is fine. This is just Superman Excuse me, my voice has been cutting out. This is just Superman worrying about all this stuff that could happen to the woman he loves while he's away on a different mission. Now, to set his mind at ease, why didn't he ask someone from the Justice League? Bruce, if he called Bruce and say, hey, listen, I gotta go, big emergency, could you just check in on Lois for me? You know, set my mind at ease. Yeah, it would have avoided all this. But, yeah, NPCs, virtual signaling, this is what we're freaking out about, and it's not that bad. It really isn't. I mean, you see the games kids play these days, they see worse than this, let's be honest. Um, and yeah, it's not like overly graphic. I remember when I was a kid, um, and maybe early teens, maybe when the death of Gene DeWolf came out. Um, I think that was in Spectacular Spider-Man. Um, and yeah, it starts off with Gene DeWolf talking, and then you see her on the bed. Pretty much a very similar thing like this, where she's laying just like this, dead, eyes staring at the camera. And you know what? I was just like, huh. Look at that. She's dead. I wasn't scarred for life. It was a great story. Even as a kid, I knew, oh, this is good. This is good. Now, are they aiming for like a 7-year-old crowd? I can kind of see that. I was a little bit older, but this is not that bad. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I looked over the issue. I couldn't see any type of rating on it. Like Marvel will put, for teen. If you are trying to go for an all audience thing, don't have Tom King write the book. Don't have him write the story. Have someone who could do something a little bit more family friendly. But anyway, with the controversy, I'm sure Twitter's, this just started yesterday. This just came out yesterday, and it was already sold out at one Walmart I went to. So if you're going to pick it up now, because I imagine eventually someone's going to respond and they're going to pull it from the shelves. So anyway, I was not expecting to do this video, so thanks for watching. I'll try and get another one up in a little bit. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. What did you think? Did you get this? Did you think this was too much? I'm still on the fence about it. I think this one page, had they gotten rid of this page, it would have been fine. But what do you think? Let me know. As always, thanks for watching.